Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tiny Blue Games. My name, of course, is Sisa or Chris, and today we are talking about Guild Wars 2. Now, as I mentioned in a previous video this week, I was gonna have the introduction to sort of my, I don't know, gold getting guide. I don't know. The guide itself isn't. It's not. It's more about the markets than anything, and that's what I really want to dive into in Guild Wars 2. I want to look at the markets and how we can use them to make money, how we can use our crafting skills to make money, of course how we can use just farming and harvesting certain materials and stuff like that. It's not gonna, be about as many tricks as it was before. It's gonna be a lot more about using information to help us make good decisions of when to start trying and selling certain items or try and harvest certain items and that kind of stuff. So in this series, I'm going to be making, first my video that I'm releasing today is going to be about 2 websites that are incredibly useful if you ever want to make money in Guild Wars 2. The first one being Guild Wars 2 Spidey, and the second one, which is most likely known by most people, is Guild Wars 2 Wiki. I will talk about both of those in a brief moment here. I just wanted to give a kind of introduction to the entire series of videos I'm going to be doing in terms of making cash in Guild Wars 2. What we're going to do with those websites is, some days I'm going to look at some of my favorite recipes or what's been trending in the markets and all that, do some analysis. If I'm brave, later on I might take a bunch of historic data and try and do sort of an Excel kind of spreadsheet and look at some of what we can expect for the future. I don't have any promises on that, though. Depends if I want to, force myself into that much work or not. But, I'm going to try and take some information, and I'm not going to make the videos super boring, hopefully. I want to make it so that, anybody feels like they can use this information to make a bit more cash. Of course, you're probably wondering, if I make videos like this, won't the, benefits or information be leaked out and people, won't benefit because the markets will correct themselves once people find out about these secrets or whatever, which aren't secrets even because they're public information. Well, that's not entirely true because A, the markets aren't perfect. They're not going to react immediately to information, especially not in a video game. And then B, I've only got, 380 subscribers right now, which I'm very happy to have. I'm actually incredibly happy that that's how many we have, but that's not enough people to do anything for Guild Wars 2's economy. So you guys should be able to benefit from anything or suffer from anything I'm about to tell you without affecting the rest of the world. Without further ado, we'll head right into those websites I wanted to talk about. Alright guys, so the first of the 2 websites I wanted to talk about is Guild Wars 2 Spidey. You can see it up here. It's www.guildwarsgw2spidey.com. This is the page you'll land on when you first go to the website. As it is right now, it changes up from time to time. I stumbled upon it, maybe a year or less ago, I guess. And I was just really interested in if someone had done some research on the markets of Guild Wars 2 and all that, and if there was a good database for that. And I often use Guild Wars 2 Wiki, which I'll talk about in a second. But this takes stuff to a whole new level. So what we're gonna look at, I guess. Well, right on the front page, you've got the gem exchange, which is obvious what it is. You've got some tweets about the website, community stuff. You can donate because it's an open source thing. It's a really awesome project, and I just want people to be able to use it more, is mostly why I'm making this video. But I mean, obviously we're gonna use it, and I'm gonna show you guys how to use it as a tool to make some good cash. Now, at the trading post side here, we have things that are trending up. So you can see in the last hour, these masks here have trended up 255%. And it just has the top sort of 3 trending ones there. You can go to trending down, it shows you ones that have been trending down in the last little while. What you can do is you can look up stuff. I don't know, what do we want to look up here? We could go and look for crafting material. Let's go with, I don't know, Agent Bones. Just take one off the top. Actually, let's go back to that page. So you have here, you've got it's a fine rarity, crafting material, minimum sale price, maximum buy offer. You got the supply and demand, which is really awesome to know, and then the margin right here. So you've got a few things you can see here. You got actions here, but you got to log in for all that. I'm just showing you the basic stuff. We're gonna go into more depth into some of the stuff you can do to really look at how to make some money in like the next videos here. I just really want to give you guys a good overview so you can start using this website if you want to. But we're gonna click on Ancient Bones here. It gives you a bit more information. It was last updated 19 minutes ago, which is not bad at all, right? That's crazy. So what we have here is the price information for from May 1st to May 8th, but we can expand that to a different date and go way back. You could do it right here. You go back a month, or you can go all time. It goes from August 30th, 2012 to May 8th, and you can follow the price and see how it goes up and down. And this is incredible that you have this amount of information. And it seems kind of pointless if you don't really know what you're going to be doing with it. But I'm just letting you guys know, because some people will understand, how to make this work. You can see that there was a nice big dive in the market here as they become less valuable. Right around, what date was it? Around November 14th, 2014, right there. Right up here we have ingredients that so these are for things that the ancient bones are used for, I guess. It shows you the profit and the cost you'll be making, and we'll talk about this in a second here. But you see, I just want to show you from this page. It shows you sort of the top 3 profiting things that you can make with ancient bones, which is really interesting too. But we're going to go back to the home right now and go to one of my favorite ones. It's for crafting specifically. So you've got your armor smithing, which I tend to do a lot. So we're just going to talk about it, but you got all the other ones there. What you have here is awesome. It's got most of the things you can make with armor smithing. And then what you have here is you've got the sort of the rating you need, or armor smithing level you need to make it. You've got costs, you've got karma costs if any are associated with it. You've got sell price, and you've got profit percentage, supply, and demand. Now, the way to use this most efficiently is, what I do is you can either go for top profit. So if you go like I might have already been at top profit. Yeah, so top profit would be 6 gold, 95 silver. And you can see here that the sell price is 33 gold, but the cost is pretty high for this. You need to be level 500. It's pretty hard to make these. You can also see here that the supply is 48 and the demand is 11. So there's not as many buyers as there is sellers. So it's going to be harder to sell this. So you're probably not going to get quite that much profit. But what I like to do is I'd like to take the profit percentage, and we bring this up, and we get 251 on the Valkyrie Gladiator pauldrons. And here we see we have a 1 gold, 17 or 16 silver profit, but the cost is only 46. We see the demand is 62 and the supply is 36. So there's more buyers than there is sellers. It's pretty good profit for how little cost it is. And it's also got a very small rating. So this would be a prime target for something I'd want to make right here. So we're gonna look into it right now. I'm just gonna wait a second. So once we get in here, we see some more details about it. It sort of breaks down the cost. My favorite part though is down here where it breaks down the cost, and you see here that it shows you how to get it. So the whole thing, this shows you at the top right here that we're going to be crafting it for 46 and selling it on the trading post, which you can buy it for 190. But then below it, it gives you each part in each component and tells you if it's better to trading post it, craft it, or whatever. And it does that for every single piece of it. It even tells you if you have to buy stuff with karma, or if you have to sort of find something or whatever. Because anywhere it says get from trading post, technically you could also just go and farm or harvest them, right? So it gives you sort of a legend down here too, which is they've thought of so much in this website, and I want people to use it because it's so good. So this is the best way to do crafting, in my personal opinion, especially if you don't really know how to make money with your crafting profession. Because let's go back to home here. So you've got all of them. So you could go to Huntsman, and you can do the exact same thing I just did. Go to profit. Look at the profit on this. The Apothecary's Mithril Rifle, 3,000%, which you know seems ridiculous, but it's because you can make it for like 8 silver, and then you can sell it for high profits. And you're also going to see that ones that involve karma here are going to have pretty high profits because you're putting in something else than money. And that's kind of, one of the big points in Guild Wars 2 to make money is monetizing karma. If you can monetize karma and other things, other resources, it's very, very lucrative. All right, so what else we're going to talk about? So if you click on something, I don't know what I want to click on here. Let's go back to armor smithing quickly, because we're going to start talking about the other website. Just very briefly, if you see this one right here, the steel helmet lining, if you don't know how to get like, a certain piece of, what's difficult, something difficult to, obtain, bolts of Dusmac right here. This one's kind of difficult because people can buy it or whatever. If you don't know how to get it, and I'll just copy and paste this, you can go to Guild Wars 2 Wiki. This is how I use these two websites in unison. You can paste it right here and you find it. If you haven't ever used Guild Wars 2 Wiki, you're missing out on a lot because it's so awesome, Guild Wars 2 Wiki. It's by far one of the best wikis, I think, in terms of video games. You type it in here and you get so much information on it. You get, a description of what it is. You get recipes involving it. You can get what it's used to make. All of this for armor smithing, like sectioned by different profession. Well, I guess it's not profession, but crafting skills. You've got its value. You've got its trading post value here. It's even got an external link to Guild Wars 2 Spidey. It's tier 7. This is perfect. If you're using Guild Wars 2 Spidey and you come across something that doesn't make sense, or you don't know the recipe or where you'd get the recipe, that's where you turn to Guild Wars 2 Wiki. And in unison, they will make it so easy to not manipulate the market, but play to the market. Because you're not doing anything or exploiting anything. You're seeing where there is an advantage in the market, and you're seeing it easier because of these websites. So you're just acting on it. And eventually the high profit thing. So if we go back to armor smithing, and we go to the top profit or whatever, the top profit items generally switch around pretty good. Like, I mean, there's some that'll stay around the top because they're just, they're harder to make or something like that. But generally, a lot of these will swap around because the market will try and balance itself out, right? As people start to see that people are making profit off this right here on the Valkyrie Gladiator Peleron, people will start making more of them, at which point the price will have to drop, and then the profit will drop and people stop making them. So it'll eventually balance out, and that's where the supply and demand comes like in hugely helpful. So you can also go by supply and demand, which is also great here. There's just so much you can do with this website. It's a very powerful tool, and that's what I want this series of videos that I just talked about to be about. We're going to be about using both Guild Wars 2 Spidey and Guild Wars 2 Wiki, and we're going to use them, and I'm going to show you in some videos my favorite recipes I've been finding, cool tricks I've been using with it. We might even, if I'm brave and if I have a lot of time, take the data somewhere and start analyze it in different ways. Alright guys, so the video got a little bit longer than I wanted, which is very normal for my videos. But I just kept on talking about things I like about the websites, and I'm sure I haven't touched on everything, which I'm sure I'll bring up in other videos. I guess mostly I want to say thanks for watching. If you guys are interested in sticking with this and haven't subscribed, please do. If you're one of my subscribers, thanks for watching. And I'll try to keep some content coming out regularly. As for the two websites, I am not in any way affiliated with them, just so you guys are clear. I just really think they're valuable tools that need to be shared with people. If you do really like them, you can definitely donate to them or whatever it is on the website. I don't know. But, I think more people should know about them, and I can't see any harm in that. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.